Hello students, we have studied about the phylum Coelenterata characteristics. Let me once again explain how to write in examination for the general characteristics. So once again I have written everything on the board. So you can see here habitat, all are aquatic animals. Most of them are marine, but very few are freshwater. Example, hydra you are knowing, this are written. Animals are either solitary or colonial, they may be sedentary or free floating or swimming. Okay, free floating or swimming. Next, coming to the level of organization, they have tissue level of organization. Body plan, it is a blind side body plan. A single opening will act as both mouth as well as anus, and it opens into a gastrovascular cavity. They possess a cavity called as gastrovascular cavity. So this point you write from here, blind side body plan, they have a single opening which act both mouth as well as anus, and it opens into gastrovascular cavity. Okay. Next point is symmetry. So they exhibit radial symmetry. They exhibit a radial symmetry. Coelom, they are acoelomates. Germinal layers, they are diploblastic. Okay, they are diploblastic. Outer ectoderm, inner they have an endoderm, and middle non-cellular layer called mesoglea. Body wall is formed by two layers, outer epidermis and inner it is called as a gastrodermis because it lines the gastrovascular cavity. Hence it is called as a gastrodermis, and middle there is a mesoglea. Okay, the next point we will discuss now. See here now, next body form. Coelenterids are present in two basic body forms, or they have two basic body forms. One is called as a polyp and another one is called as a medusa. I have already told you in previous class about what is the difference between the polyp form when it is there, they reproduce asexually. Medusa form when it is there, they reproduce sexually. And the polyp form when it is there, they have a tentacle upwards. And whereas when the medusa form will be there, okay, they have a mainly tentacles marginal, and polyp form having a cup-shaped body form, whereas the medusa having an umbrella-shaped body form. This is for your understanding. But while writing in the examination, no need of explaining about what is polyp and what is medusa. Only you have to write the exhibit in the two basic forms, polyp and medusa. Some animals are existing or exhibit a polyp form, for example hydra. Some animals exhibit a medusa form, for example jellyfish. Some animals exist in both the polyp and medusa form. Okay, that is example Lobelia. Actually I have written here. When there are such animals which are having both polyp and the medusa, polyp produces medusa asexually and medusa produces polyps sexually. Such an alternation of generation is called as metagenesis, and it is found in Lobelia. We commonly call it as a sea fern. Okay, this is also mentioned in the NCERT, so you have to explain about this. Now coming to the appendages, coelenterids they bear the tentacles. Wall of the tentacles consisting of the nidoblast cell. This is very important to mention the characteristics of Coelenterata, you should not miss it. Which consisting of a stinging apparatus, or we also call it as a mainly cell organelle, that is called as a nematocyte. Okay, nematocyte, which helps in capturing the food or a prey, paralyzing the prey, anchorage, and the defensive purpose or a defense. You will be asked 1 mark question also, already I have given in the previous assignment. Digestion, it is both intracellular and extracellular type of digestion occurs inside the cell, and extracellular means in the gastrovascular cavity. Respiration through body surface by diffusion. Excretion, it occurs through body surface only through diffusion, and they are amniotic. Okay, as they are aquatic, they are amniotic. That means they releases ammonia as a nitrogenous waste. Next thing, that is skeleton. They have calcareous exoskeleton, even endoskeleton also, but secreted by the animal itself. Example, coral forms. Sensation and nervous system. First time we have seen the primitive nerve cells. So coelenterids have primitive nerve cells which are apolar, forms a nerve net. Sensory organ like statocyst is present, that helps in found in the coelenterids, helps in balancing the body. Okay. Then reproduction in coelenterids occurs in both asexual as well as sexual manner. Asexually by means of fragmentation, budding, etc. They even have a high power of regeneration, that can also you can write. They have a regeneration power, okay, regeneration, power of regeneration. Then sexually it occurs by gamete formation. They are both monoecious as well as dioecious, ಅಂದ್ರೆ unisexual ಇರ್ತವೆ, bisexual animals ಇರ್ತವೆ. Fertilization is mainly both external and internal type of fertilization is seen. Development is indirect development with the larval stage. Okay. Examples, you have to write all NCERT examples. NCERT examples you must study now, at least all NCERT with common names in your notebook you must write, and you have to remember from each phylum. Not extract, but at least from the NCERT you have to remember and write over here. Okay, now let us study about the next phylum characteristics, that is phylum Ctenophora. See, phylum Ctenophora animals were first considered under Coelenterata only. Previously they were studied under phylum Coelenterata only. Later on the scientists have separated them. So what is the reason of separation? See, we have seen the animals, why they are grouped in a particular phylum, because they exhibit a basic characteristics like symmetry will be similar, level of organization is similar, they have some similar basic characteristics which are common in them. So such animals we have grouped under particular one phylum. We are studying under particular phylum. So here phylum Ctenophora animals, how we have first studied under Coelenterata itself or Cnidaria itself. But later on the scientists found some different characteristics which were not seen in the Coelenterates. Hence they are separated. Now what is this peculiar characteristics or mainly important characteristics that made them to separate it? So that is absence of cnidoblast cells. In these animals, cnidoblast or the stinging apparatus is absent. Okay, so instead of that, another one thing is present for a defensive purpose that I will explain to you. That is actually called as, that will help them in attachment purpose or adhesive purpose. Okay, so that those are called as a coloblast cell. Instead of cnidoblast, they have coloblast cells. So cnidoblast cells were absent. What the cells they have? Coloblast cells. Okay, hence this phylum is separated from many of the Coelenterates. Now let us understand the general characteristics of this phylum. Now the first point is habit and habitat. Habit and habitat. These animals are commonly called as sea gooseberries. ಏನೇನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ? Sea gooseberries ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Gooseberry ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಮ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ. Gooseberry ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಮ್ಲ. So it looks like a ಆಮ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ sea gooseberry. Or they are also called as sea walnuts. Walnut ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕಲ್ಲ? ಅಕ್ರೋಡ್ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಆ ತರ. So sea walnuts. Or they are even called as comb jellies. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ comb jellies ಅಂತಲೂ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Commonly they are also called as comb jellies. Okay? So habit and habitat, let us study about this. They are all exclusively marine. So far ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ ಪೊರಿಫೆರನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಕ್ವಾಟಿಕ್ ಇರ್ತದ. ನೋ ಡೌಟ್ ಮರೈನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಕ್ವಾಟಿಕ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಬಟ್ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದೇಮ್ ಆರ್ ಮರೈನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಆರ್ ಫ್ರೆಶ್ ವಾಟರ್. ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಲೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಕೂತ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತದ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಸಿವ್ಲಿ ಮರೈನ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬರೀ ನಮಗೆ ಸೀ ವಾಟರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತವೆ. ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ದೆಮ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫ್ರೆಶ್ ವಾಟರ್. ಸೊ ದೇ ಆರ್ exclusively marine. Okay, you will not find any sedentary form over here. ಯಾವ animal ಅನ್ನು sedentary ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ fixed ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. They are free living or free swimming. Okay, all are free swimming animals. You will not find them in, they are not fixed to the substratum. They are free swimming. Solitary ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ, ಕಾಲನಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ, ಸಾಲಿಟರಿ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಪೆಲಾಜಿಕ್, ಈಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲೆಸನ್ ಬ್ರಿಡ್ಜ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ನೌ just when I am using a term pelagic means you must understand the meaning. They are present on the surface, mainly on the open sea surface. Okay, so either and even in the middle layer of the sea antanu helidare ninga open sea surface ಒಳಗೆ we can see them. So they are pelagic, right? Okay, so what I told you about habit and habitat, they are exclusively marine animals, free swimming, will not find any solitary, will not find any sedentary form. They are solitary, single irtava, pelagic irtava. Okay, now body form. Next is body form. Body form irtadandre, they are transparent. Okay, their body is transparent irtade, transparent kanasta irtade, transparent. Okay, and they are bioluminescent. Very, very important. They have a property of bioluminescence. They have a property of bioluminescence in the sense they emit their own light. Okay, they emit their own light. Emit own light. So if you see in the night and the sea, you will find the different color. Okay, they emit the light. Okay, and they are bioluminescence. So their body is transparent irtade. They are free floating irtava ಅಥವಾ swimming irtava ಅನ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ, and they are bioluminescent irtava. Okay, they can emit their own light. Now locomotion, very important. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ locomotion ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ locomotion, let me important characteristics of this phylum Ctenophora. Locomotion, they have 8 rows of vertical plates. 8 rows of vertical plates ಅಥವಾ vertical plates called, they look like a comb. Okay, plates, okay, called as comb. Comb plates ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. Comb plates which bears cilia, which bears cilia, that will help them in locomotion. So what I told you, they have 8 rows of vertical plates called as comb plates which bears cilia, through which with the help of this they will mainly help them in locomotion. So there are 8 rows of vertical plates called as a comb plates which bear the cilia, or ciliated vertical plates which bear the cilia, okay, through which they show the locomotion. Here we also are what are comb plates antadu keltare, one mark question. Okay, or what is the function of the comb plate ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, it helps in locomotion, it bears the cilia ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ? Next is fourth one, that is level of organization. Let us understand from here. Level of organization. Level of organization. Here also again tissue level of organization. Tissue level of organization. Next is body plan, right? Body plan. They have again blind sac body plan. Very important. Ilinu yathara blind body plan irtade, blind sac body plan. Okay, to make you understand this all vertical plates and all, I will do one diagram later on, the example, that is Pleurobrachia, which belongs to the phylum Ctenophora, so that you can understand whatever the characteristics I am explaining now over here. So body plan is blind sac body plan. Coelom, you all are knowing? Coelom. There are also acoelomates. Acoelomates. Right. Then next is germinal layer. Germinal layer. Germinal layer, they are diploblastic. They are diploblastic. ಇದನ್ನ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ನೀವು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಒಳಗೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾಕೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಲೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಲೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಔಟರ್ ದರ್ ಈಸ್ ectoderm, inner endoderm, middle mesoglea shows presence of some cells called as amoebocytes, and also the muscle fibers were seen. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಲೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಪ್ಲೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಟು ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನೋಟ್ ಡೌನ್. So this germinal layer is diploblastic. You all are knowing outer what is present? Ectoderm, inner endoderm, and middle there is a presence of mesoglea. Middle mesoglea. Okay. Some scientists found in some ctenophores mainly presence of few fibers, muscle fibers like structures. Hence they have considered it as a triploblastic, but we have to consider this animal under diploblastic only. As it is mentioned in the study material which is given to you, I am telling you this. ಸೊ ಜರ್ಮೈನಲ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿಪ್ಲೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಅಪೆಂಡೇಜಸ್. ಅಪೆಂಡೇಜಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆನಿಮಲ್ ಒಳಗೂ ಇರ್ತದಂತಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟೀನೋಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಅಪೆಂಡೇಜಸ್. ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟೀನೋಫೋರ್ ಬೇಯರ್ಸ್ mainly the tentacles. If they bear tentacles, it is 2 in number. Okay, so the mainly appendages ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ tentacles. Okay, which are 2 in number. 2 in number if present. ಎಲ್ಲ ಟೀನೋಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಟೆಂಟಾಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತದಂತಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ವಿದೌಟ್ ಟೆಂಟಾಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ, ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಎರಡು ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಅವ. ಸೊ ಟೆಂಟಾಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇರೋ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ ದೇ ಕಮ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಟೆಂಟಾಕ್ಯುಲೇಟಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಟೆಂಟಾಕ್ಯುಲೇಟಾ ಅಂತ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ನಾವು ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ನೀವು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಟೀನೋಫೋರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಟೆಂಟಾಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಫ್ಯೂ ಆನಿಮಲ್ ಬೇರ್ಸ್ ದ ಟೆಂಟಾಕಲ್ಸ್. Now this tentacles and the body wall. Body wall ಎದರಿಂದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಬಾಡಿ ವಾಲ್. ಔಟರ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಹಿಯರ್ epidermis. Outer epidermis will be present. Outer epidermis. Inner endodermis. Endodermis. And body wall, this of the epidermis consisting of the cells called coloblast. So wall of epidermis have the cells called epidermis consisting of cells called coloblast. These cells are adhesive cells. Okay, these cells are adhesive. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ, ಯಾವ ಥರ ಇದರ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾನ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಿಯಲ್ ಫಿಲಾಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಪೈರಲ್ ಫಿಲಾಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸಿಯಲ್ ಫಿಲಾಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂಡ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸುತ್ತಾರೆ ಸ್ಪೈರಲ್ ಫಿಲಾಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. Such kind of the structure is present in the wall of this ctenophores. So whenever the prey comes in contact, okay, what happens when it touches this filament? This whatever the granules they consisting of the adhesive material that will pour on the prey and make it attach to its body. So this coloblast cells are adhesive ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ attachment ಗೆ help ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ, prey attachment ಗೆ help ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ. This is not mentioned in the NCERT book, but that's why there is absence of which cells? Absence of cnidoblast. But in the competitive examination purpose ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು ಯಾವುದು ಸೆಲ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. coloblast cells are present for what I told you, adhesion or attachment purpose. Absence of cnidoblast. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಹೇಳಿದ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ನೊಮ್ಮೆ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. Phylum Ctenophora we are studying. It is separate from the coelenterates because of absence of cnidoblast. Now coming to its habitat, they are all exclusively marine. You find it in the sea water itself, salt water ಒಳಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕಾಣೋದು ನಮಗೆ. Next, they are free swimmings, solitary ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ, pelagic ಇರ್ತಾವೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ, ಬಾಡಿ ಫಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಇರ್ತದರ್ದು, transparent ಇರ್ತಾವೆ and they have a property of bioluminescence. They emit their own light. They are also called as, ಇಲ್ಲೇನೆ ಬರಿಬಹುದು ನೀವು, they are called as a comb jellies ಅಥವಾ sea gooseberries, or mainly I told you they are also called as a sea walnuts. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬರೆದ್ಬಿಡಿ, right? Then locomotion, they have 8 rows of vertical plates called comb plates which bear the cilia that helps them in locomotion. Coming to the level of organization, they have a tissue level of organization. Body plan, they have a blind sac body plan. Coelom, coelomates. Germinal layers, they have a mainly diploblastic. Outer ectoderm will be there, inner endoderm, and middle they have a mesoglea. Appendages ಏನಿರ್ತವೆ tentacles which are 2 in number if present. ಎಲ್ಲ animals ಒಳಗೂ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Tentacles if present, okay, they have tentacles, may be present or absent, but if present they are 2 in number. Body wall, outer we call it as epidermis, inner we call it as endodermis, okay, and middle there is a mesoglea layer. Okay, middle there is mesoglea. Right? Okay. Then what I was telling you, in the wall of epidermis consisting of cells called coloblasts, which are adhesive, helps in attachment for the prey. There is an absence of which cells? Cnidoblast cells. Now let us understand other characteristics like digestion, how it takes place and all. Now the next characteristics, that is digestion. Here digestion is also occurring both intracellular and extracellular digestion. In ctenophores also both intra and extracellular digestion. Intra and extracellular digestion. Extracellular digestion. Okay, few little means the tube like a structure. When I'll draw a diagram, you can understand. It may be considered that tube is, some parts are considered as a stomach, pharynx and etc. But their organs are not formed, they are in the form of a tissue. Tissue level only organization is present, but that tube is considered over there as a different parts. Okay, so here, but there is an incomplete digestive system only, hence they have a blind sac body plan itself. Digestion occurs both intra and extracellular. Illu gastrovascular cavity type irutade, allene digestion ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. And inside the cell also the digestion occurs. Other like mainly the systems of skeletal system, circulatory system, excretion, respiration. This all specialized organs for skeletal system is absent. It is absent, remember, skeletal system is absent. Okay, excretion, respiration, excretory system, respiratory system, there is absence of mainly skeletal system, excretory system, even there is a respiratory system is up. That means what? There is no specialized organ for excretion, respiration and all. Okay, it occurs through the body surface itself. Next, coming to the reproduction. Last is and nervous, coming to the nervous system first, sensation and nervous system. Nervous system over here also there is a presence of statocyst. Statocyst is present here also on the aboral side. Aboral side. Aboral andre, oral andre yelli aura andre mouth. Yelli mouth irtade adake oral side ant karitare. Adar opposite side ge aboral side ant karitare. There you will find the statocyst for balancing the body. Okay, and the nerve cells are also present over here. Now reproduction. Reproduction, all are hermaphrodites. Okay, here all the forms are hermaphrodites. Now what are hermaphrodites? Hermaphrodites in the sense both the sex cells, okay, or both the gamete formation taking place in the same animal. Okay, so hermaphrodites means both the sex cells are present in the same animal. Asexual reproduction is absent. Very, very important to remember. Asexual reproduction is absent. Asexual reproduction is absent. Sexual type of reproduction occurs. Only sexual reproduction occurs in these forms, though they are hermaphrodites. So sexual type of reproduction. Fertilization is external. Very important. You comparison more phylums characteristics. You have to compare this all. Fertilization now porifera internal. Serentata both internal and external. Whereas in ctenophora fertilization is only external fertilization. External fertilization occurs, right? Development over here is indirect type of development. And what should be present when we call indirect development? Larva stage. Okay, indirect development, and the larva is called as larva. Here is cydipid larva. ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಥಿಯರಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಬರೋ ಮುಂದೆ ನೆನಪಿರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. The larva name is cydipid. Example, only NCERT 2 examples have been given. One is pleurobranchia, and another example is Ctenoplana. Okay, only two examples have been given in the NCERT book. One is Pleurodranchia and Tenoplana. Right? So I have explained to you about the digestion in the Ctenophora, both intra and extracellular digestion occurs. There is absence of skeletal system and proper excretory and respiratory system. Nervous system, they have a primitive again nerve cells like a cylindrids, and there is another organ of balancing called as a statocyst. Reproduction occurs, they are all hermaphrodites. Asexual reproduction is totally absent. Only sexual type of reproduction occurs. Fertilization is external. Development is mainly indirect type of development with the larva called cydipid larva. Examples are Pleurodranchia and Tenoplana. Okay, let me explain now the extra points. Actually, you don't have any classes in this, but you have to remember a few examples. So with this example, you can understand whatever the characteristics I have explained to you. So I told only there are two classes are there. One is called Tentaculata and another class is called as a Nuda. Tentaculata means the ctenophores which bear the tentacles. So now you can see these are the tentacles, right? So they are come under Tentaculata. Example is Pleurodranchia. This diagram is of Pleurodranchia only. So now whatever the characteristics I have explained, you can understand that they are the tentacles. Okay, they are a ball consisting of coloblast cells. You can see this is the internal structure. We can found the mainly ciliated comb plates. You can see here 4 this side and the 4 other side. So there are totally 8 vertical comb plates which bear the cilia. You can see over here. So these are the comb plates that help them in locomotion. Okay, edake help ಮಾಡ್ತಾವೆ locomotion. In tentacles ಏನಿರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ, these are retractile tentacles. ಅಂದ್ರೆ animal ಅದನ್ನ ಒಳಗಡೆನೂ ಜಕ್ಕೋಬಹುದು tentacles ಅನ್ನು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ retractile. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಶೀಟ್ ಕಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ. Okay, and that will retract the tentacles inside. Now whatever this tube you are seeing, this is the opening. ಅಂದ್ರೆ oral in mouth ಇರ್ತದೆ. Okay, so it catch the prey through this. Then here the digestion is actually considered as a stomach. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಗತೆ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. These are considered as a pharynx. ಇದರ ಬಾಜುಕಿನ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. Okay, these are considered as a pharynx. Actually ಇಲ್ಲಿ pharynx ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ನೇ ಇದೆ, but still the organs are not developed. But ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಹೆಸರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಈ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗ ಎಂಜೈಮ್ ಪೋರಿಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಮಕ್ ಅಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಈ ಒನ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಓರಲ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದರ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಎಂಡಿಗೆ ಆಬೋರಲ್. ಆಬೋರಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಎಂಡ್. You can see ಇದನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸಿದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಸ್ಟಾಟೋಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಸ್ಟಾಟೋಸಿಸ್ಟ್ which helps them in balancing the body. Aboral side ಗೆ ಸ್ಟಾಟೋಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ that helps them in balancing the body. So it catches the prey. Here the enzymes are poured, the digestion takes place, and again ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ though I have written anal pore, it is completely closed. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ blind sac body plan ಅಂತಾನೆ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. So undigested food is again thrown out through this mouth itself. Okay, undigested food is thrown out through the mouth. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ blind sac body plan ನೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ. So just ಇದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ತರ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ತೆಗೆದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕೊಂಬ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ತರ ಇರ್ತವೆ, ಟೆಂಟಾಕಲ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಇರ್ತವೆ ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗೋದ್ರ ಸಂಬಂಧ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನ್ಯೂಡಾ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೀರೋ. Okay, ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಅದರೊಳಗೆ ಬೀರೋ. This you have to remember for your competitive examination purpose. Only 2 examples have been given in NCERT book, that is Pleurodranchia and Tenoplana. So the both will, they are all luminescent. I told you exclusively marine, hermaphrodites, ivella characteristics maribarda Ctenophora. Okay, so this is all about the phylum Ctenophora. Now assignment questions. Today's assignment questions. Assignment questions. I am giving here only. Now in next time onwards I will not explain how to write in the exam. I think you can understand how to write and represent it. For 2 phylums I have explained how to write. So from habitat, level of organization, headings you have to give and write down, and only from the important points you have to mention over there. Now assignment, first let me write. First explain the general characteristics of, explain general characteristics of phylum Ctenophora Ctenophora. Second one, how is locomotion occurs in Ctenophora. Or you can, or else you can say that write the function of comb plate. Or what are comb plates? What are comb plates? What are comb plates? And third one, what is the common name? What is common name for Ctenophora? Or what is the common name we call them for Ctenophora, or what the ctenophores are also called as Ctenophora, or what are commonly or common name used for ctenophores. Common name used for ctenophores. Okay. Then what is bioluminescence? What is bioluminescence? What is bioluminescence? So today's many assignment questions: explain general characteristics of phylum Ctenophora. How is locomotion occurs in ctenophore, or else what are comb plates? Okay, or what is the function of the comb plates? What commonly we call ctenophores as, or what is the common name used for? What is common name used for ctenophores? Okay, what is common name used for ctenophores? What is bioluminescence? Okay, or what ctenophores are commonly called as? Anything you can just write, mainly the sea gooseberries, walnuts and etc. So these are the important questions from this particular phylum.